Back for more, huh? Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that can't get enough of this stuff. So we can just be crazy together. Today, drum brakes. Let's put them together. Some people scared of them. I don't know why. It's not that hard. Let's do it. All right, here's what I've got. New shoes. These are 11 by 2.5. Just nothing special. Got new springs, and this spring assortment comes for both left and right for some reason. And the adjuster kit you have to buy for the left and the right. So if you want to replace all the hardware inside your brakes, you got to buy both of these kits. In this situation, that might be different than other situations. I've already got the wheel cylinders in. That's nothing. It's 2 bolts, and it just bolts in there. Some manufacturers, you have a left and a right, and they won't interchange, or the brake line will be coming at it the wrong way. In this situation, they're the same. Most of these old cars are. Let's not forget about tools. You can do this whole job with a flathead screwdriver and a pair of pliers. You might get hit in the face with a spring, but you can totally do it. I've done it. But you can get these or something like this. Very helpful. I usually use that and a pair of pliers, and that's pretty much all I need. There we go. You got these flat surfaces here, and that is where the shoe rides and moves. Every time you apply the brakes, it slides. See these surfaces here? It slides against those surfaces. You just need to put a little grease on them. That's it. If you don't, you might get a weird squeaky noise. When you take your old wheel cylinders off, don't throw them in the trash without removing these. You're going to need them. Probably could have lubricated a little bit first. Let's do that. Get the slip in there. The boot should be in this groove. This should be inside the boot. This should be outside of the boot. Hey, there we go. Dang it, went right in. What I should have done to start with. There we go. It goes in there on the proper pin. Stick it through there. We have our spring, and you use 2 of these. Should have done this before I put the pan in, because now I'm one-handed. I think we can get it done. There we go. One goes on each side. That goes over the pin. This has a slot in it. And you just push the pin through it and give it a 1/4 of a turn. There you go. Oh, short shoe to the front. Notice how the friction material in this shoe is shorter than... Okay, this must be both the front shoes. Okay, I've removed this arm off the old shoe. It's held on with this goofy little, I don't even know what you call it, but there's a spring washer behind it. And then this clip, you just, horseshoe clip, I guess you call it, put it around it, and just squeeze it with some pliers. Just, give it a little squeeze so that it stays on there. This is actually the old spring washer because I liked how it looked better than the one that come in the kit. The one in the kit's kind of thin. That was nice and wide. Probably don't matter, but that's what I did. I need to put the arm back on the cable. It goes just like that. You just kind of pull the spring back, stick it in there. There you go. Get the pin in the hole. Line up all the goodies and the bits and the doohickeys. And same as before. Well, it helps if you hold the pin from the back. I don't know if I mentioned that before, because you just kind of want to push out the back if you're not holding it back there. 1/4 of a turn. There we go. There's a right and a left on the adjusters, and I have to think. Here is our adjuster. The little wheel thingy. What would you call that? We're going to call it a wheel thingy because that's accurate and technical. I adjusted that just a little bit. Sometimes these can be a little bit fiddly, but it's not bad. This little lever is what actually adjusts the wheel. It goes right there. So you can see how that turns that. You'll see what operates that here in just a second. This goes right here, which holds the cable. Here's our new cable. Hopefully it's the right length and all that good stuff. This end goes up here. This goes around this doohickey. Probably need to go ahead and put a spring on here because nothing's going to hold this in place. But cable needs to be on there first, and then we'll put springs on in front of it. Spring actually goes in the hole like that. This cable is going to end up going around behind it. We just need it out of our way at the moment. There's one other thing we need. That goes on there. This has a side that's flat and a side that protrudes. You want the flat side to go in. It'll just be happier that way. Already got the spring up here. This has worked out great. Stay. Got our spring tool. This one end has this slot in it that'll kind of ride right there. So you just put the damn cable back on. Put that in the spring. There you go. Alright, just gonna put the other side on. Alright. In the hole. There we go. If you're doing drum brakes, you know, you got some shoes that are wore out and you're just, need to do some brakes, do them one side at a time. Because you can always look at the other side and cheat and go, I don't know where the spring goes. You can look at the other side, and then when that side's done, you can look at the side you've already finished. Cable goes behind this. Theoretically. And then that cable will hook onto that doohickey right there. And then I need another spring. This spring can be a little tricky. Pull this out, see how that cable hooks into that. It's like that when it's installed, and then this end of the spring will hook in the same hole over here. But you gotta have everything in place. This goes in that hole and kind of hooks in there. It's a little bit fiddly. Don't think that's going to be any help. Oh, so close. Here we go. Back the adjuster off. Allow those shoes to get as close together as possible. Need all the help I can get here. Get a different tool. These are handy for doing springs. They won't cut the spring because it's hardened, but they will really get a nice bite on it with the pliers. Tend to want to slip. Hey. Let's get a closer look at that. So you can see what we got going. Cable goes around that. Is up behind this. What happens is, especially when you use the park brake, I didn't put that bar in there. Well, I have to back up a little bit. Anyway, when the shoes spread, the cable is attached to the doohickey. Shoe spreads, the cable pulls. When the cable pulls, it's allowed to rotate that adjuster. It'll come up, it'll click, and then it'll push it down a notch. Right now, she's not doing that. I guess that's gonna adjust. I feel like this should be down a little bit further. We'll just see what it does. Maybe it's because of that. See there? See how it's down now? And whenever this cycles, see there? Oh yes, now you can see what happens. And if it doesn't move far enough, it doesn't click to the next wheel. But as the linings wear and the shoes are allowed to move further and further out, when they spread, it'll pull the cable and give you some adjustment. All right. Now I need to put the this bar in that I didn't put in. Should just be able to take one shoe loose. Yeah. Don't forget to pull all parts in. You can see this end of the tool now. See that? It's got that little doohickey on it. Everything's a doohickey, isn't it? Put it right there, and then you just rotate this half turn, and the spring's off. Now we can scooch the shoe back. We can put this in, hopefully. Complete. Except for the spring I took off. Let's put that back on. All right, now it's complete. adjust them. Pretty loose right now, as you can see how much I can move the drum. Okay, that works. Getting tighter. I don't have as much wiggle in it. I want to get it tight enough where I can just get the drum on there. There we go. You want them a little tight when they're new. That's probably pretty good. And soon after we drive the car, we're going to go through and adjust them after the car gets driven a little bit, because they'll seat in and they're going to lose a lot of adjustment. So just do that same thing on the other side. All right, the brakes are done on this side. I can't find the bar that goes between the shoes. I have it. I just can't find it. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to put the drum on it and continue on. All that means is the park brake won't work. We've got an automatic transmission. It has park. So who really uses a park brake? Anyway, I'm going to fix it. Next thing, I'm going to fix our brake line situation. Make new stuff. I'm going to, pick this part, keep the brass piece, make new brake lines. Got a new brake hose and all that good stuff. So I'm just gonna do it. Y'all have seen me make brake lines. You don't need to see it again. So we're just gonna do it. And we got brake lines. The little holders this one was pretty badly rusted. This one was completely missing. So I just made some new ones, welded them on there, threw a little black paint on them. This one was still in decent shape, so we left it alone. Got room for U-bolts on both sides. Check that. Oh yeah. Let's stick the rear end back in. What do you think? I believe she's ready to go. And the car down a little more. Just like it came out, but in reverse. There it is. Awesome. Well, this ring is sitting back in the car now. I still need to sandblast the U-bolts and shock mounts, and also the pinion snubber needs to be sandblasted, and that stuff needs to be painted, and then we can actually bolt it in. But I really wanted to free up my table because I got a push mower to work on, and I don't want to work on it on the ground. So, one step closer. Check out this cream puff. I bet this mower doesn't weigh 50 pounds. That's why I like it. It's easy to maneuver. It's great for trimming up. Check out the date on it. She was built in 71. She's a classic. Let's see if we can keep it going. Sandblasting sucks. Hey, well, it's time for some paint. Well, got everything primed and painted and hanging to dry. I know I do a lot of belly aching about sandblasting, which does suck, by the way, but I seldom ever regret it. It's the best thing to do. Get rid of the rust, get some paint on the parts. Things just look better. So now all I gotta do is bolt the stuff on. And just like that, it's all bolted in. I put the new shocks in. I did find the bar for the park brake that goes in that drum that I couldn't find earlier. It's installed, so it does have a functioning park brake. I guess. I haven't tried it yet. It should work. Well, how about that? What else can I tell you? I don't know. It's in there. All right. Well, I've been slacking a little bit getting videos out here the past few weeks. I think it's been a month since I've uploaded. I do have plans for more content and videos. I just need to do it. But, there's life. I stay pretty busy. Thank you to the 84 subscribers that I have. 84 subscribers. Anyway, I do appreciate y'all. Words. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Stop back in. Check me out. I'm going to be uploading more content. I've got some ideas for some stuff. So y'all have a good one. See you on the next one.